The 80-20 principle. Achieve more with less. Do you ever wonder why some people seem to accomplish so much while others struggle to keep up despite working harder? The secret lies not in doing more, but in doing less of what doesn't matter and more of what truly counts. That's the essence of the 80-20 principle. The Secret of Achieving More with Less by Richard Koch. In this video, I'll break down the transformative lessons from this book, so by the end, you'll feel as if you've read it yourself. We'll cover everything: what the 80-20 principle is, why it works, and how you can apply it to your work, relationships, health, and happiness. Make sure to subscribe to Motivation for Everyday Living and turn on the notification bell so you never miss actionable insights to transform your life. Chapter 1. Understanding the 80-20 principle. The 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle, is simple yet profound. 80% of results come from just 20% of efforts. This principle was first discovered by economist Vilfredo Pareto in 1896, when he noticed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. Richard Koch took this observation and expanded it to apply universally across life and work. Key takeaway: not all efforts yield equal results. Most of what we do is trivial, while a small fraction truly makes a difference. The goal is to identify and focus on the vital few activities that generate the majority of outcomes. Example: in business, 80% of profits often come from 20% of customers. Similarly, in your personal life, 20% of your relationships might bring 80% of your happiness. Chapter 2. The 80-20 principle in work and productivity. One of the most powerful applications of the 80-20 principle is in productivity. Time management. Take a closer look at your daily tasks. Ask yourself, which 20% of tasks contribute to 80% of my progress or success? Which tasks are eating up time but providing little value? By answering these questions, you can begin to eliminate or delegate the less impactful activities and focus on the critical few. Example: instead of responding to every email, prioritize only the ones that lead to important decisions or actions. Prioritization. Koch emphasizes the need to focus on what he calls your high-value activities, the tasks that are aligned with your strengths and objectives. It's not about working harder, but about working smarter. Actionable tip: create a not-to-do list. List all activities that consume your time but don't yield significant results, and make a conscious effort to avoid them. Chapter 3. The 80-20 principle in business and entrepreneurship. Koch dedicates a significant portion of his book to applying the 80-20 principle in business. Revenue generation. Identify the 20% of customers, products, or services that bring in 80% of your revenue. Once identified, focus on serving these customers better or scaling these products/services. Example: if you're a freelancer, most of your income might come from a few loyal clients. Focus your energy on retaining and growing relationships with them. Efficiency in teams. Not all team members contribute equally to a project's success. Identify the top performers, or the 20% of processes that yield the best results, and allocate resources accordingly. Actionable tip: run a regular analysis of your work or business activities. Ask, what's working? What's not? Then double down on what works and cut out the rest. Chapter 4. The 80-20 principle in relationships and happiness. Koch beautifully applies the 80-20 principle to personal relationships and happiness. Relationships. Not all relationships are equally fulfilling. Focus on the 20% of people in your life who bring you 80% of joy, love, and support. These are your most meaningful connections. Example: spend more time with close family members or friends who uplift you, and less time trying to maintain relationships that feel draining. Happiness. Koch argues that a small set of activities or experiences brings us most of our happiness. For example, hobbies, nature walks, or time with loved ones might contribute 80% of your joy. Actionable tip: make a happiness inventory. Write down the activities and people that bring you the most joy, and prioritize them over everything else. Chapter 5. Overcoming resistance to the 80-20 principle. Adopting the 80-20 mindset isn't always easy. You might feel tempted to hold on to low-impact activities because they seem urgent or familiar. Koch suggests letting go. Be comfortable with saying no to tasks that don't align with your goals. Regular review. The principle isn't a one-time activity. Regularly review your commitments, activities, and results to ensure you stay focused on the most impactful efforts. Experimentation. Test and tweak. Try focusing on different activities to see what yields the best results. Chapter 6. The ultimate goal. Achieve more with less. The 80-20 principle isn't about cutting corners. It's about maximizing efficiency and results. Koch argues that by focusing on the vital few, you can accomplish your goals faster, reduce stress and avoid burnout, create a life of balance and purpose. Example: a professional who identifies the 20% of their efforts that yield the most success can reduce working hours while still achieving more. Actionable tip: identify one area of your life, work, finances, health, or relationships, and apply the 80-20 principle starting today. Track your progress and watch how life transforms. The 80-20 principle is more than just a productivity hack. It's a mindset that can change your life. By focusing on the vital few and letting go of the trivial many, you can achieve extraordinary results in work, relationships, and personal growth. If you're ready to apply these principles, start with small changes today. Identify the 20% in your life that truly matters and double down on it. If you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to hit subscribe to join our community of motivated individuals and receive weekly insights that will empower you to live your best life. Until next time, remember, greatness doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right things well. See you in the next episode of Motivation for Everyday Living, empowering you every day to live your best life.